Hey, y'all. Welcome to a very special episode of the Boys and Me podcast, where we are celebrating the 2-year anniversary of the Desperado Troubadours album. Let's get into it. Hello, friends.
Greetings.
Hello.
How are y'all?
Good.
Great.
Are y'all ready for a big
You could be
episode?
great.
I'm great.
Okay, good.
I'm great.
All right.
Let's get back to me. Are y'all
Okay.
ready for a great episode?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's a big week. You know why?
Why?
Don't know.
Neither of you.
No.
It's not your birthday either.
I'd like it to be my birthday if you'll make a cake.
No.
Yeah.
But this week marks the 2-year anniversary of Desperado Troubadours.
Wow.
2.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 years.
2 years. That went by quick.
That did go by quick.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
I know. So I thought, let's just go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
Let's start out the episode by rewatching the Desperado Troubadours music video.
Ooh,
Okay.
Let's do a little rewatch, and I'll ask you
Okay.
guys some questions.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys remember if this was an easy shoot or a long shoot?
This was easy.
Yeah.
This was easy. It was a little chilly, but yeah.
What do you remember being your thoughts the first time you saw the rough cut?
Oh,
I loved it.
I loved the way this turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you hoping that fans would feel a certain way when they watched it?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I love the scenes, and we have to let them know that the traveling part was shot indoors with the
Incredible
screens.
like blue screen thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
the screens behind us.
We will get into a little bit of that because I actually co-directed this music
You
video,
sure did.
and so we're
With
gonna
Joel.
with Joel,
With Joel.
the awesome Joel Kraus. So we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So that is coming.
Okay.
What do you remember most about the day this was filmed?
Well, I remember how cool when they delivered the
Yeah.
van.
Yes. Yeah.
How cool that was, because we had only seen pictures. And when it got there, it was like, wow, this is really cool. And really just fit in with the vibe
It did.
really did.
of
And
the song.
seeing what was going on those screens, because when you watch this, it really does look like this is a
Yeah.
van going down the road.
I know. I wonder if fans would be shocked to know that this van was stationary almost
Yeah.
the
The whole
entire
time.
time
Yeah.
this was being shot.
Yeah.
Does this video feel different from other ones that you've done?
It was awfully well organized
Yeah.
compared to some
Yeah,
that
you guys
we've
did a
done
great
that are
job.
little-
Oh,
yeah.
thanks.
And look, that's me writing down lyrics like I did with Step That Step.
Wow.
Do you think that this video helped define this album?
Oh, yeah.
I think it captures the vibe of the song and what we were going for. Absolutely.
What were you guys going for on the album?
I think it's kind of us and the road, and it's
Where we've been.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and where we're going,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
That this hasn't
Oh,
ended.
these are such cool shots.
Yeah.
Such cool shots.
Now, because this was kind of one of those that Joel and I were throwing out this, hey, we think this would be cool, kind of hypothetical. It was a lot of stuff that you guys and us, we hadn't worked with before. But did the final version match what you guys had imagined when we were kind of pitching this to y'all?
It went
exceeded
beyond.
it. It exceeded it because
It did.
you in your mind you think, oh, I sort of think I know what that would look like, but this is way beyond that. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the music video?
When you guys said that's a wrap, that's my favorite part of every video. But honestly, this was such an easy day that there are those days doing a video where it really does feel like it's okay. When are we wrapping this up? But this was really easy
And you guys
fun.
kept
It
us
kept
moving.
it going. Kept it going.
As long as you keep our attention, we're good with that.
does make a difference
Yeah.
with us.
We
Yeah.
had a lot of shots to get, so
Yeah,
we
we
did not
did.
really have a choice.
Yeah. But you did a great job with it.
Look at you guys
Yeah.
singing together like you like each other.
Emoting out in the wilderness.
That's what I like, me by myself,
Yeah.
right there.
Okay.
We can make that happen for you this year.
I almost hesitate to do this, but Hunter thought it would be a cool idea if I actually pass the iPad over to you guys and y'all get to ask me some questions because I directed it.
Okay.
However, I'm only passing it to Hobie. because
Okay.
he's the only one I trust. So you guys can ask. These are a couple of questions that Hunter and I had come up for you, or you can ask me whatever you want to.
Actually, the first one's great. What was your initial vision for the video? Like, how did you come up with this in your head? How did you start thinking about it?
Well, I think we had talked so much about the band and the history of the band. And, this was coming on the heels of doing the documentary and, what the whole vibe for this album was, because it was part of the larger 40th year anniversary project. And so I know at this point, Joel and I had talked about the songs that were going to get music videos from the album. And we knew this one was going to be one of them. And we knew this one was going to be the ballad and kind of like the serious one.
Yeah.
And so first, we kind of wanted to stay in the vein of what you guys had done with Mike Solomon and all the incredible work. But so, we kind of knew maybe a black and white look. Maybe that would be cool to harken back to a couple of those awesome music videos like The Walk. And we thought that a road trip would be a cool idea because that just so goes with it. And when we actually saw the album art that had come from Curb Records, we thought, oh, that's such a cool idea. And that was really where we kind of started off. Was we took that picture and we were like, okay, we can build on that.
Yeah.
And was there anything about actually directing it that surprised you? Like once you've got this vision and you know what you want to go for when the rubber meets the road, so to speak.
That Mark listened.
I was just getting ready to say that we listened to her.
There's definitely that. There's definitely that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all are actually very easy to direct because you guys have done this a lot. You've worked with very esteemed professionals. I would not put myself in that category.
Oh, I would.
I kind of didn't know, I didn't know how directable y'all would be. And y'all really surprised me.
We were used to it with Mike Solomon.
Yeah.
Like we would just show up. We wouldn't even read what the video was going to be about. We would just show up because he was so good at it. And as were you.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's that's the thing. It's like when you know the person behind the scenes knows what they're looking for, we're good to go.
Yeah.
It's when we feel like
and you had a vision, direction. We never sat around. You kept us moving.
You kept us fed, which is a big thing.
That was truly when Joel and I were putting together the shoot. I was like, as long as we have snacks and food and their little mouth. Hey, listen, this is a pro tip for everyone at home. No matter what you're doing, if you think you're going to have complainers, if their little mouths are eating something, their little mouths can't complain.
You put M&Ms around the room. Those kids will stay in line. They'll stay in line.
Yeah. Sure will.
What was the hardest part?
Oh, I think fitting in everything we wanted to do in one day. We knew this was going to be an ambitious shoot. Joel and I had sat down and we had really, I feel like, meticulously planned a lot because we knew we were on the clock, on the budget, but we also knew what we wanted to do because we knew what this could be with the technology. So I think it was just really trying hard to thread that needle and get everything done.
Hey, Joel, walk over and,
and
just so people can see that you really exist. Go over by Madison.
Because if this looks good, it was all this guy right here.
It sounds like it's our imaginary friend. Yeah.
Hey,
this is Joel. This is Joel.
That's enough, Joel. That's enough.
Get back in your place.
Yeah, back in your cage.
Yep.
And Joel was the one, though, that knew that the technology existed for us to be able to recreate the driving scenes.
Well, that was a question was, at what point did you know, this is actually something we could pull off here?
Well, Joel, because we were talking about the concept and, okay, well, how are we going to do that? We've worked with drones before, and all of a sudden he was like, there are actually these really cool things called driving plates. And I had never heard of that, but because Joel is based out of California in the LA area, he has his finger on the pulse of a lot of cool things that you can do with technology and videos. So we were able to make all that work here in Nashville. It was awesome.
That really was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing that for the first time was like, whoa, this is so much cooler than I'd even imagined that this could be.
So the audience at home kind of understands what we're talking about when you say it looked so cool. So we had rented this car that we had found this awesome old van that you could rent.
Yeah.
So we rented that and we have to drive it up onto a platform, and on the back wall and kind of top, it's an entire video screen wall of just videos. And you could throw these they called plates, different scenes of driving down the road where someone had filmed both sides, the road in front, the sky above. So it was like a 360 view of going down the road. So you could get the shots of like even though the car's stationary, the video is moving. So
Yeah.
you're actually getting, in that rear view mirror, it looks like the
That's
car's
cra-
going down
I
the
know.
road. It was
Yeah,
wild.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, you got like some little Sawyer Brown Easter egg moments in there.
Yes. Because I am nothing if not a fangirl of Taylor Swift.
Right,
and
right,
Taylor
right.
Swift loves to put Easter eggs in things. And so I was like, the Sawyer Brown Nation is as crazy as Swifties. Let's be honest. Like they are maybe crazier. And I was like, I want to do this for them. I want to put little Easter eggs in the music video. Also, I thought that was really appropriate given that this was supposed to be celebrating
Exactly.
your 40-year career. So there are different little tidbits in the music video. If you're looking carefully, I'm sure some of the fans have already found them. One of them was what you mentioned. We had the scene at night. It's specifically at night. And Mark is talking to Hobie, and Hobie is writing down lyrics. And that is hearkening back to the Step That Step story.
Yep.
It was black and white, so I can't really tell, but there was indeed pink fur dice in the van.
There were. That's very true.
There's pink fur dice. And there's a couple of others. So got to watch along and see if you guys can figure out any of the other ones.
Is there a part of the video or even a specific shot that you're the happiest with or the most proud of?
Oh, I don't know about specific shot.
The one of me.
Just you.
Just in front of the mountain.
Just saying. No, I will say this. The one of Shane. The close-up that we did of Shane with
that is so cool.
with the star background.
It's so cool.
Yeah,
It's so cool. I love that shot.
I think because also that was maybe one that we hadn't necessarily like super planned for.
Yeah.
And that was kind of one of those like day of magic when it all just worked and it looked incredible. So sorry, Dad. Sorry we didn't give you that one.
He hates it when it's not. Yeah. Yeah. Your
You
shot
did
was
really
cool
great
too,
too,
Mark.
Thank
little
you.
buddy.
Good job,
You did
Don.
See,
so
I've got
cool.
the garb on
Good job.
today.
You sure
You
do.
I wore this.
Happy accident.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone told you we were going to talk about this.
Hunter. I cheated.
Cheater.
I cheated.
Well, did the final version match what you had kind of seen in your head as you're putting this together?
I
Yeah.
definitely think so. We wanted it to be like you guys had, you were getting in the van and you were going from one show to another. So actually we took a specific highway and, we routed that you guys would have gone through this city and, so you go through a city at one point and, the scenery in the background isn't on accident. It's on purpose. And it's meant to mimic that you guys are going out west and that you guys kind of like end in the actual Desperado Troubadours album artwork.
Yeah.
That's what we had
very
wanted.
Cool. It's very cool.
So you guys, you're going from where you guys have been on to the next chapter.
Yeah.
It's something called poetic, Mark.
Yeah.
Artistry.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
it is a beautiful video.
Well, thank you.
And that is thanks to you and
mainly Joel. If it looks beautiful, it's because of Joel.
Big hand for Joel. Would you like your iPad back?
I really would. You know what?
There's
I
way
don't
too
like
much
this.
pressure.
I
There's
wanna
way
be
too
back
much
on-
pressure. There's way too much pressure.
I didn't get to ask her any questions.
Would you like to
Oh,
ask
you
me
want
a
to?
question?
Not now.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
Mark wanted to ask you.
You were a terrible interviewer.
Mark wanted to ask you, what's it like to have the world's greatest dad?
You were a terrible interviewer.
Thanks, man.
Go ahead.
I appreciate
Madison.
that.
I'm glad you have it back.
I
I'm
like
glad
being
you
back
have
on
it
this.
back.
Oh, I'm fine. Believe me, I'm glad that you have that job.
I think
not
we're all
me.
happy with where we've
think
landed.
we
I didn't
are.
like that. Oh, I did not like that at all. No questions for me? Wow.
You did good. I just want to
wow.
compliment
Thank you.
both of you.
Awesome question.
I just
Awesome
want to
question.
compliment
Wow.
both of you.
And the interviewer of the year goes to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well now it's my turn to turn it back to you guys. Let's do a album rapid fire Q&A.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, one and again rapid fire.
Okay.
And this is about Troubadours album or any album.
What album are we
Stay with
talking
us.
about today?
I know. I just
Yeah,
want to
no,
make
you-
sure.
You talk about
I
me
just want to
going,
make sure.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
It's about the Beatles Abbey Road album.
Desperado Troubadours rapid fire.
Okay. There
First
we go. There we
answer
go. There we go.
You
that
back?
comes
I'm back. I'm back.
to your head.
Okay.
One word to describe the Desperado Troubadours album.
Real.
Nostalgic.
Most personal song on the album.
Wait a minute. Let's just go. He went real.
No, that's
Real.
That's really good.
It's really good.
God.
God.
Yeah. Cool.
As y'all can see, I
I mean,
try
even
my
as I'm
hardest.
saying it, I'm like, couldn't you go for like honest or something?
Yeah.
Real. Okay.
Yeah.
And nostalgic is great. Okay, back to you, Madison.
Oh, I can speak
You
now. Thank you.
can.
I try my hardest. Hunter and I try so hard.
You
to
can.
keep
And these are
this
really
fun,
good. Good job, team.
And they will stop
Good job.
down
Real.
over nothing.
Good job.
It was real. God. You are so dumb.
You can tell I was an English
You are
major.
so
you sure
dumb.
can. You sure can.
All right.
That was money well spent.
Oh my gosh. This is what they're actually like, by
Yeah.
the way.
Okay.
Okay, what's
Okay.
the most personal song on the album?
This Side of the Sky.
Yeah.
What is the most fun song to record?
Well, Under This
Under
Old
This Old
Hat
was,
was
yeah.
Nashville Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, which one was the most challenging song to finish?
I think it might have been what we talked about. God bless
God
this
bless
road.
this road.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
getting it exactly
Right.
like we wanted.
Getting it.
Yeah.
We probably spent more time on that song.
Man, I feel like it was really worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we got there.
Now, is there a particular song that fans mention the most to you from this album?
God bless this road.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's,
And a lot of them this side of the sky.
Yeah.
What song best represents the album?
Desperado Troubadours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is a song you'd play for someone hearing the album for the first time?
honestly, it would probably be Under This Old Hat because that's kind of what,
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like
That's us.
Very.
that's
Yeah.
very us.
What song feels the most classic Sawyer Brown? Oh, I know my answer.
What's your answer?
What's your
Good
answer?
night and good morning.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
There is
Yeah.
something to me about that song that I think you could pick that up and you could put it on multiple.
Well, Mac wrote that for us
Exactly.
in
why.
the 90s,
You sure
Mhm.
did.
and we hadn't recorded an album,
Yeah.
and he'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
And we went to lunch,
Mhm.
and I said, "What about Good Night?"
Such a
And-
great
and he went,
song.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he,
Mhm. To me, that one, it's because again, of when he wrote it,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
to me is
Yeah.
so classic.
yeah.
Which song that you guys wrote or had a part in writing was the longest to write?
The two we wrote together did not take long
Yeah,
to write.
they were-
So I don't know about the ones you might have
Yeah. So did you have
written
one that
otherwise.
took longest to write?
No, just to be honest, they all came together. You know, when I sit down to start writing, they just all came together.
So I feel like we were down in Florida. I feel like you actually wrote them all in like a week almost.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I
It
really
was
do
pretty-
think like
it
it was
was like a
time to make a
week.
record. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, these ideas are coming. It's time
Yeah.
to make a record.
Okay. Now, how would you rank the album art?
Oh,
Album art
l-
against other previous Sawyer Brown albums.
oh,
It might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's way up there.
I love it.
Anything that doesn't have us on the cover.
Preach. Been begging for
Yeah.
that since '84.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I
listen,
love it.
40 years in, you finally got it.
Finally. Oh man, I love that cover.
But I don't know what questions are coming, but I also got to add that Cody Jinks and Tennessee Jet
Mm-hmm.
that I co-wrote Desperado Troubadours
Mhm.
and Under This Old Hat. Those two guys.
Mhm.
It was the first time we had ever written, and we wrote Desperado, and that came together so easily.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about. I told him the story of Under This Old Hat,
Mhm.
and boom, we cranked out another one.
Yeah, it's another.
It was pretty-
It was time. It was
Yeah,
time.
It was pretty quick.
Wasn't there a third one that they co-wrote with you?
Mm-mm.
I'm losing my mind. Wow, for once I am the one losing my mind.
Hey,
Yeah.
you get
I
used to
know.
it. It's not a bad place to live.
Yeah,
Y'all stop. I don't want that rubbing off on me. Stop
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Well, we would be remiss if we did not talk about the co-producer of this record, and that would be the one, the only Blake
great
Shelton.
Blake, yeah.
Yeah,
So we're gonna play a little game called Finish the Sentence. We thought that'd be a fun way to talk about Blake in this. So I am going to start a sentence, and then you guys finish it based on your experience of working with Blake on this album.
okay.
When Blake walks into a room, the energy.
Goes up.
The energy is
Real.
unmistakable.
Yeah.
That's a great
It's
one.
unique
Mhm.
when Blake walks in. Yeah.
Totally agree. Blake's superpower in the studio is.
His vibe.
Mhm.
He has a vibe, but also his knowledge of country music in general.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the recall
Yeah.
of records and references that he can do.
Mhm. Working
You
with
notice you're not really saying anything. It's like you're dumb.
And your point
Are you
is,
guys? Do you guys agree
Yeah.
with me on
well,
this?
I mean, I don't, I don't
Okay.
want to talk over you.
When?
Wow.
When did that start?
I was about to say, that's
Yeah.
a first.
All right.
Working with Blake worked for Sawyer Brown because
He knew the band so well.
Mhm.
I mean, he knew stuff about us that we would kind of go, is this guy a stalker? Because it would be like, stuff from way back from when Bobby was in the band. He would ask questions about when Duncan and all that. So his knowledge of Sawyer Brown blew us away.
Blake's instincts about a song are
Spot on.
Yeah.
Yep. Blake knows music and Blake knows Sawyer Brown.
Hmm.
And the combination of that, he has the coolest point of view because he's coming at this from a bunch of different angles. He's a singer, he's a big star, but he will talk like he's a fan. So it's like it's coming at the songs from all these different angles, which is very cool.
After being with him, he is a fan.
Yeah.
And he is.
Well, you guys were his first concert.
Yeah. And,
That's what he said.
The Races On was the
first
first
record.
cassette he bought, he said, yeah.
Blake's influence shows up the most in which song?
God Bless This Road. Yeah.
What was the most Blake moment during making the album?
I cannot repeat the line that is my favorite Blake line, but literally that first day realizing how excited he was that we were doing this. That was very cool to see. That he was as excited about making this project happen as we were.
And he is a big fan of Mac McAnally as we are. He said, I hope Mac doesn't think I'm stalking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Blake would be the first one at the studio and the last one to leave.
Yeah.
He was like,
he sure was, because we had gotten there a little bit early one day to kind of like set up snacks, because once again, you got to keep the masses happy with the snacks.
Exactly.
And he was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember, what? Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
And we'll end this segment on the reason we'd work with Blake again is
all the fun we had.
Yeah.
It was just fun, joy, and he's a really easy hang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
He's a dude.
Well, it was a really fun 4 days in the studio. I feel like between Mac, Blake, you guys, it was so fun.
It was heaven. At the end of that week was like, this has just been the best.
I don't think anyone wanted it to end.
Yeah.
This is a reminder of why we wanted to do this in the first place.
I feel like it was a really nice, too, kind of like cap to the big 40th year project.
Yeah.
I felt like it was just the perfect note to end on, pun intended.
Wow, well played.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to, we're actually going to rank the tracks. So we can all pause, we can look at the track list, and but here's how we're going to do it, is we're going to start at number 5. We have to rank our top 5. We'll each go around and say our number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, and then number 1. Mark, you're going to start us off?
Nashville Cat, 5.
Oh, okay. So number 5, Socrates.
The one I've got.
Okay, that's 5 for you.
Mm-hmm.
4
okay. Number 4
would be Under This Old Hat.
Nashville Cat.
Nashville Cat. I'm
Your
keeping that at 4 too.
3,
Mm-hmm.
Desperado Troubadours.
I'm going to put a 3 and 4 words, 3 words, 2 songs together.
Okay.
And it would be This Side of the Sky and God Bless This Road. Because I want to get anything that had to do with.
Those are 3. You're doing a combo?
Yeah, like a combo. Because
it's cheating.
And I did Under This
And
Old
if
Hat.
I'd known I could do me, I
Okay.
would have put it at
All right.
number 5.
Go ahead.
And I did Under This Old Hat.
Okay, that's your 3rd.
That's my 3rd.
Now we're down to 2.
No, we're on number 2.
Number 2, Hobie, stay with us. Like
Under
me,
This Old Hat.
I get to go first.
Where you were so
God
worried
Bless
about
This Road,
You were so
number 2.
worried about me.
Desperado Troubadours, number 2.
Under This Old Hat for number 2.
Number 1,
Number 1.
This Side of the Sky.
Oh my goodness. Get Me to the Stage on Time.
Good night and good morning. I love that song.
Oh, I
I
know.
love that song.
Well, I think we covered the gamut, really,
Yeah.
between all of us.
This, no joke, I think is my favorite record we've ever done.
Really?
You know, before this, my favorite had been the Christmas records.
Mhm.
But this was like, everything about this felt like, oh, this is why we do this.
Mhm.
We did it when we wanted, because we had songs we felt good about.
Yeah.
That week in the studio was absolutely heaven, and Blake was an enormous part of that. The joy and the enthusiasm and the humor
and being back
wisdom.
with
Mac, it's just
Golly,
it was all so
yeah.
good. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And I got to be a part of this project. So it was really
Yes.
fun to have
Yeah.
a different kind of front row seat to what goes into making a record. And so I want to ask a couple of follow-up questions.
Okay.
When
I'm going to
picking...
flip this over so I don't have to keep looking at us.
Oh, you don't want to keep looking at your
Mm-mm.
pretty little face? When picking favorite songs from your own albums, what is the most important criteria to you? Like, is it a memory of writing the song? Is it the reaction from the fans?
Well, I think we have to feel like it's album worthy because we write a lot,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and there'll be stuff that we both write that's not for Sawyer Brown
Mhm.
because I think we have a certain thing that we are,
Mhm.
and we know what that is, and so not every song is going to be a Sawyer song
Yeah.
that we write,
Mhm.
but we know when we've written a Sawyer song.
And we also know when it's going to fit with this other collection of songs. Like we may have written something that's
Yeah.
like, oh, I still like that song. But if you're looking at it in the context of these other 9 songs, that doesn't fit in here.
Mhm.
So these all work so well together.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I just love this record. Love it.
Now, do you guys get any requests from fans to play more of this record on your current
yeah.
tour?
Probably more than any other record that I can think of
Mhm.
in a good while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy with a bunch of these.
Is there any specific song that you hear requested the most?
Well, we're currently playing Desperado Troubadours
Mhm.
and Under This Old Hat. We may add a couple this. We will add
Yeah.
Okay.
a couple this year.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you going to tell us which ones, or is that going to be a
No,
surprise?
you got to come to the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
learned that from Taylor Swift.
Come to the
Yeah.
show and find out. What does this album mean to you 2 years later?
Hmm. For me, it's real.
That's all you need to say.
Gosh.
Sometimes, hey man, you picked the right word. That's all you
No.
need to say.
No, it holds up.
Mhm.
You know, you go back and listen and go, yeah, we did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We nailed that song of what was in our heads,
Mhm.
and the album holds up for me.
All and only good memories attached to this record.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I wasn't interested in making a record for the sake of making a record, and haven't been for the years that preceded this. It's like, if we don't have a batch of songs that feels worthy of us doing this, I don't care if we make another record.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This record was like, I will be glad if this was the only record we'd ever made.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's top tier, y'all.
Yeah.
And not just because I was part of it.
Well, and we got to point out that the cool thing about this was, all of this with the book and the documentary, the album was for the 40-year anniversary, and you and Hunter were a huge part.
Oh,
it
spearheaded
did that not
Of-
snowball out of control real
Yeah.
That
quick?
became really big.
It
really
started
big.
as a
Well,
wishful
we got to
thing.
add Joel because Joel was.
Well, Joel's the reason why I could pull this holding off.
Yeah, so
But it really did start as like hey, wouldn't it be cool if? And then y'all, this thing snowballed out of control.
Yeah.
In the best possible way.
yeah,
In the best possible way. But
because it's one
yeah.
thing in a meeting to talk about
right.
doing a doc, a book, an album. It's a big deal to actually pull it off.
And we actually
Ab-
did
You
it.
guys did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
to
guys
see
did that.
all of that come together and it all come together as well as it
Yeah.
did is no small feat.
Yeah, and this album I think represents all the
Mhm.
work
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
everyone did, not
Yeah.
just us.
Love it.
It was really fun. It was a great time. Well, let's move to some mailbag questions because we have a couple more from the fans.
Cool.
Alice wants to know what 2026 is going to look like for the band.
Wow. I mean, I think we're, like I said, we're going to add some new songs. We're going to add some old songs of Sawyer.
And add some
into
stuff
the
you haven't
set.
heard in a while.
Yeah.
Plenty of chances to come see us live, which is
Yeah.
still our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a good year.
And unfortunately, I think we're going to keep doing more of these podcasts.
Yeah, baby. Yeah,
Lot
ma'am.
Okay, now this next one's from Mark.
Okay.
Steven wants to know, he says, you mentioned in your book that unlike some artists, every song did not turn to gold and you had to work to make the song and the album better. As you look back, do you think that was a good thing that you had to do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because like we said, we cut Some Girls Do 3 times
Yeah.
Mhm.
because we knew that each time we could either make it better
Mhm.
or make it what it needed to be
Mhm.
for the time period.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely made a difference, I think.
Well, because you can leave something up to chance, but you can also work at it in a way that you give it its best chance.
Yeah.
And I
That-
think you're very good at doing that, Dad.
We probably
he
had
is, actually.
3 or 4 different versions of Leona, the very
Yeah.
first song
Yeah.
that we ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I knew that.
It's making the version that you hope people hear is what the song needed.
And Tammy wants to know, Mark, will you ever produce, direct, or star in another movie? Please no is my answer,
Well,
Tammy.
I'm not going to star in another movie. I'm not saying I'm not going to produce one or write one, but I'm not going to star in one.
Please no. Please. Please don't. Give me a break.
Yeah. No.
I think it'd be fun to do another movie.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
I could see us doing another movie.
Yeah.
if the timing was right.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of projects
Yeah.
lined
You're
up
gonna
for
be
right
busy.
now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if timetable wise that could be in the immediate future
Yeah.
because we do have a lot of fun stuff up our sleeve for the Sawyer
Yeah.
Brown Nation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, any closing thoughts on your latest album, Desperado Troubadours, as we celebrate its 2-year anniversary?
Yeah. No, I love it.
I'm glad it's out there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Boys and Me podcast, where we celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the Desperado Troubadours album. No, we're not done.
That was so wrong and ill
I thought we were done.
No.
No,
Even
Isn't
if we
that
were.
like the signature of the whole
No.
podcast now?
you think
No,
it is, and
not.
it's not.
It's not.
It's not. Oh my
No.
gosh, no.
Okay, finish.
Now you've lost
I know
my train of
you're-
thought.
I
Now
know.
I'm like, oh
I know.
my gosh.
I know.
How about Mark? How about you finish this
Yeah,
episode?
why don't you do that? Why
It's
don't you
been-
close this out?
It's been real.
And on that note, make sure that you're checking out the Sawyer Brown. I can't even. And on
that
that
little
note,
fella is so happy right now.
It's been real.
oh my gosh. Make sure that you are keeping up to date with the Sawyer Brown website so that you guys can see these two knuckleheads live and in concert and hopefully playing some of your favorite cuts from the Desperado Troubadours album this year. Have a great week, y'all. We'll see you next time.